It's day 3 of my 30-day Kingdom Hearts challenge, and today the question is, which game is my favorite and why? Okay, so I gotta say, my favorite game in the Kingdom Hearts series, barring that I have never played Birth by Sleep, Coded, or Dream Drop Distance, my favorite game in the series is Kingdom Hearts 2. And, I mean, I like it because of some of the game mechanics changes that they did between Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2. The introduction of the reaction commands was great, which I guess they actually introduced those in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, which I didn't know because I only just recently played Final Mix with the 1.5 remaster. But yeah, the reaction commands were great. Were a great addition. I loved that. Which, I mean, it did make it seem a little button mashy, but Kingdom Hearts is a button masher. It is. Like, throw all the all the JRPG elements in it you want, but in the end, it's a button masher. But where'd my brain go? Anyway, but yeah, the story. Like, the story of Kingdom Hearts 2, in my opinion, was a lot more compelling. And part of the reason for that is that you already know the characters. Like, in Kingdom Hearts, in the original Kingdom Hearts, like, there was a lot of character development because they were new characters. Well, Sora was a new character. And in my opinion, the Kingdom Hearts, the original Kingdom Hearts game, the story goes really quickly. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, it drags on a little bit longer, and they develop the story more. It's more story development than character development. And I mean, I like that. I like story-driven games. And like I said, the story in Kingdom Hearts, in the original Kingdom Hearts game, was good, but it was really disjointed. Like, you get you have the Disney villains, and the premise is they want to access Kingdom Hearts. They don't really say why, but they just do. And then you get Ansem, who is the bad guy, but you don't know he's the bad guy until the very end of the game. And by then you're like, and they don't even mention Ansem until like halfway through the game, and by then you're like, who's this character that they're trying to, introduce now, halfway through the game? And then you find out, oh, he's the villain, but it's not that big of a twist because you don't really know much about him. And by the time Ansem is revealed as the villain, you only have like 3 pages of the Ansem report, so you don't really know anything about him. So if they were going for like the twist, you don't have a twist. In Kingdom Hearts 2, you do have the twist. You find out that the big bad in this one is Ansem's nobody, but it's actually not Ansem, and that the Ansem you thought was Ansem actually isn't Ansem, it's actually Xehanort, and Ansem is actually Diz, and yeah, so you get the twist. Like, you get the twist ending, and, well, it's not really a twist ending. You find out pretty early on that, Ansem wasn't actually Ansem, that he was actually Xehanort, and the other big twist was that Riku took on Ansem's form, and it wasn't Xehanort's Heartless's form. Yeah, like I said, the twist is there, and it works in Kingdom Hearts 2, where it didn't work in the first game as much. Again, also, like I said, the story in Kingdom Hearts 2 is a lot better. You have an evil organization now that's not disjointed as it was in the first game. Like I said, in the first game, you just have all the Disney villains. They're like, we want Kingdom Hearts. You don't really know why. I mean, the only motivation you get is actually Maleficent's motivation, and even her motivation isn't that, she just wants power. Which, in Kingdom Hearts 2, she still just wants power, but the overarching threat isn't her and the Heartless, which it's still there, but the overarching threat is Organization 13 and the Nobodies, and they're a much better class of villains than Maleficent and her organization, which by then she doesn't really have an organization. It's just Maleficent and Pete. That's about it. All the rest of the villains are off doing their own things again. So, but yeah. I also like the opening thing in Kingdom Hearts 2 better. Like, I get, like, see, the opening, you know, get used to the gameplay kind of thing in Kingdom Hearts is you're on Destiny Islands with, you know, Sora, Riku, and Kairi. And it's just, like, mediocre, you know, like, fetch quests and tasks. And I get that. I mean, like, the race is pretty much the biggest thing in, you know, in the opening sequence in Kingdom Hearts. In Kingdom Hearts 2, the opening thing is a lot bigger when you play as Roxas. And I like it better because it incorporates the whole, you know, the whole, like, mini game of struggle, which is a lot more action-packed. It's the opening in Kingdom Hearts 2 is a lot more action-y than the original Kingdom Hearts. In Kingdom Hearts 2, there is you know, an overarching, like, feeling of accomplishment when you get through it. Like, in Kingdom Hearts, you have, like I said, the biggest thing in Kingdom Hearts, your biggest conflict is the race between Riku and Sora, which, in my opinion, is impossible because I've never beaten it, and many times that I've played through it, I can never beat Riku in the race. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, you actually have to win to progress the story. So yeah, that's great, and I liked that part. It was awesome, and like the interjections with Axel and the Organization 13, it was great, and like all of it, like everything in that opening sequence was great. And then from there, when you pick up as Sora, and just I just like Kingdom Hearts 2 pretty much all around, like, more than Kingdom Hearts 1. And it just feels more fluid, the movements, the combat, just more fluid. I mean, yeah. I felt like I was rambling a lot in that one. Like, for some reason, like, all these videos so far have been just me rambling. And, I don't know. We'll see. That's it for today, I guess. And the question for day 4, tomorrow, is which do you like better, Heartless, Nobodies, or the Unversed? And like I said, I've never played Birth by Sleep, so I have no idea what the Unversed are. So, I mean, I know what they are because I read the Wikipedia page to find out what they were. So it's basically, the question for me is, what do I like better, the Heartless or the Nobodies? And, yeah. So that'll be tomorrow's question, and that's it for today, and I will see you then.